Hi, Mike.
How you doing?
Is that to honor the dead Expos?
That is to honor the history of my ancestors.
Oh, you are Canadian, French Canadian.
Well, from way back there.
You know who else was? Paul Revere.
See?
Revere.
All the best people.
Yeah, yeah. I just took a pizza tour of the North End.
How was that?
It was pretty good. Scotty Lombardo runs it. You know Scotty?
I do know Scotty.
Yeah, yeah. It was fun.
Nice. Why aren't my AirPods aren't working?
I didn't even know you had AirPods. It doesn't even look like you
Oh
have
yeah.
ears.
I'm pretty fancy, dude.
Your ears are really against your head, huh?
Oh, that's better.
Somewhere between me and you is
I
the
like
correct amount of ear out.
man, I was never self-conscious about my ears before, but now you've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
me
I wonder if
feeling
my
like I'm
glasses are fucking it up. There's no way my ears are that awful.
they might be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
you're convex and I'm concave.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'd go with your one.
You think?
Oh yeah, it's less if you ever have to get into an overhead storage or something.
There you go. If one of us ever becomes an F1 driver and we need to wear that snug helmet,
Oh yeah, yeah. I never watched that thing.
I gotta admit, I still love it. I'm
No.
watching the races. I dig it.
Do you watch the PGA one? I heard that's boring.
Dull as shit. Yeah,
Yeah, of
I gave
course.
up.
How could it not be?
I tried that show and gave up, and I just tried Succession and gave up.
From the beginning?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's as good as people think it is. I think people are a
No,
little people much like the new Top Gun, people are a little up its ass.
I love the new Top Gun. It might just be the age range I'm at,
Okay.
but so I had the nostalgia. I have no nostalgia for Succession. So everyone loved it. I forced myself to watch all of season one. It was like I got a personal trainer and I like stuck with it for a while, thinking eventually I was going to enjoy it and didn't happen.
Yeah, no, I tried to watch the last season a couple weeks ago, and
Yeah.
I it just NBA All Star Week. I'm like, I'm taking a week off, and I'll catch up on a show, and I just couldn't
Yeah.
bring myself to care on the first episode.
That's the thing. I don't care about any of these people.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't care about anyone in it. I somehow want them all to lose. And if it's going to take 4 years for them all to lose, that's too much time.
hmm And some shows like that I've liked. I like Mad Men.
Mad Men, there were people I liked in that show. You like Peggy, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
there's a part of you that likes Don. Like he does shitty things, but there's a part of you that likes him. You want to kind of be a little bit like him. Everyone in Succession is a fucking piece of shit. They're all awful. There's nothing redeemable. Like, there's no one in Succession you want to hang out with. Even when you think Don Draper is awful, there's still a part of it's like, I'd
Oh
like to
yeah. Well,
hang
the
out
guy
with him for a
Roger
night.
is hilarious.
Exact right.
Yeah,
And
yeah. No,
Roger's
Mad Men's
funny.
great. Mad Men better than
Yeah,
Succession.
yeah, much better, much better.
Would you say the
Yeah,
public would think that?
I think so. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay.
it was more popular. I feel like Succession is a little more niche.
Okay. Fine.
I
There. I
think
thought I had a hot take, but it was a. I'm just a basic bitch.
we might just both be smoking hot, man. Our takes just go hand in hand. Speaking of
We're
smoking
too
hot,
far on the ear spectrum.
how about our gambling acumen? We making it rain with our Phoenix Suns under bet?
Yeah, that is kind of weird looking back at it that that's the only one we picked.
Only one.
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised.
I don't like sports gambling particularly. I don't
I
like doing
love
something
it.
where it's out of my control. But that one just struck me as so obvious. I was like, we have to take that bet.
Yeah, yeah. I like not as much as I like drinking or drugs,
Right.
but I to quit any three would take a lot of money and therapy.
Yeah. Well, I've never known someone who really, loved one of those things and then had a problem with the other two. So I think you're safe.
Yeah, yeah. I think if it's all about balance.
Right. Yeah. If you take some time out of your drugs for
Yeah, yeah.
sports
That's
gambling,
what Buddhists
it
would tell
helps
you
you.
is if you're drinking too
Yeah.
much, you need another vice to balance it out.
Well, you know who first loved sports gambling was Buddha.
Really?
Oh, huge into sumo gambling.
Is it in Siddhartha?
Yes.
No shit.
Yeah. No, there's a whole odds table in the back. If you read to the end, it's important. It's there.
Yeah. Okay. Is that real? Or are
Yeah.
you fucking with me?
Oh, I'm fucking with you.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
But
real.
like, I couldn't tell if you're asking me if I was fucking with you was fucking with me.
That's how little I've read, as I can't even tell if somebody's.
Like, to me, Buddha gambling on sumo matches is so obviously ridiculous that I'm like, he's fucking with me when he's acting like that serious, right?
Next thing you know, he had me thinking Catcher in the Rye was about a Reuben sandwich.
I just started reading the original Field of Dreams book, Shoeless Joe.
Uh-huh.
It's weird to read a book
mean
where
8 Men
J.D.
Out?
Salinger. No. 8 Men Out is a different book. So Field of Dreams, you know the movie, right?
Yeah. I thought you meant the original, what that was about.
No. So that's based on a book called Shoeless Joe and the Field of Dreams.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And if you saw the movie, Terrence Mann is based on J.D. Salinger, but in the book, it's actually J.D. Salinger. He goes and kidnaps J.D. Salinger, and they go to Chisholm, Minnesota, and they do all of that. But J.D. Salinger is the character in the book.
Oh, okay. I keep thinking of Jared Sullinger.
Ah, man, would I love to travel with Jared Sullinger.
Yeah. Good elbow jumper.
Only problem is his back had started hurting. You really couldn't get any good mileage in.
Well, his back wasn't hurting. He just kept drinking IPAs.
Jared Sullinger? No, he had the bad spine.
Because he was fat.
No, he had a condition. That's why he fell in draft. I mean, he was also overweight, which did not help. But I think you're thinking of the Vin Baker problem.
No, Vin Baker, I think it was a whiskey cocaine man. I think Jared Sullinger would knock back like an IPA at halftime.
Oh, I have no problem with one IPA at halftime.
It's fine for a 5K, but no, I think it would hurt your team defense.
I don't know, anything that relaxed him.
But I thought there was a part of Siddhartha that was like, doesn't he become like a booze bag and a gambler for a while?
I don't remember Siddhartha at all. I think I read that as a junior in high school, and I've never referenced it since.
It's one name.
Yeah.
His name
like
is
Madonna.
No.
Yeah. Wait, did I say it like it was two names?
No. But yes, we took the Phoenix Suns.
We took the under on the Phoenix Suns, which was the most obvious bet ever. And now, we're going to Vegas, right? We're going to make it rain.
Well, how much did we win? Should we just pay it forward?
What do you mean, how much should we? You're the one who put the bet down.
I don't remember making the bet. I might not have made it.
Wait a minute. You said you made the bet.
That was years ago now.
It wasn't a year. It was this season. It can't be years ago. We couldn't have made an over-under bet for the 23 season years ago.
It wasn't the calendar year.
So wait a minute.
I don't remember. I want to say we probably was a buck, 100, 150.
Yeah, we bet $150. It was supposed to be
you did know.
50 from each of us. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know how much we won. I don't know what the odds were. Do you just win 150?
I don't think it's odds. You just win
$150.
$150. So that means we should probably make $150 worth of more bets.
Well, should, but who did you bet with? I thought it was on FanDuel.
No.
So who did you bet
go
with?
On FanDuel. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'm going to tell you what illegal transactions I make.
Oh, so this is just like a guy that you put the money down with?
I got a guy.
You got a guy? We're never getting this money, are we?
Well, we're going to get more money when we win more bets.
This is not inspiring.
This is how
me
Bernie Madoff
bet
got
with you
started.
Again. I'm never betting.
You don't want to take
again.
money out.
We're not getting paid.
Huh?
We're not putting any money in.
Not with an attitude like that, we're not going to get paid.
Oh, man. I had that money
Why don't we
spent.
make a bet on who wins the East and the West?
I'm not betting with you anymore. How could I bet?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to win. I can't collect the money yet. It hasn't happened yet.
But you're saying you don't even know if you made the bet. So
sometimes
if you don't know if you made the bet,
say things and try to be funny.
So that was like the Buddha joke?
Huh? Well, they're not all
So we
great.
did win the bet.
We haven't won it yet. The season isn't over yet.
Yeah, but they don't have enough. They don't have enough
Is it a
time to get the
mathematical
wins.
impossibility for them to get to that
Mathematical
amount of wins?
impossibility for them to get to that amount of wins. Yeah,
Oh, well,
because
then
the
we
under
should get our
over was
fucking money.
52.
Do you have a
Yeah.
baseball bat?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Right.
It might not be the best one to use because my son's name is on it.
I
So
bet
that
with
could
can
be
be a little
evidence.
stiff with the wallet.
All right, I'm ready.
He'll offer me
Tell-
things from around his house.
Well, if it's a bookie that can't afford $150, I'm sure there's a lot of valuables around that place. We're
I
going to
got
do
the
very
Bruins
well.
for Drew to lose.
Hey, I got a Nintendo emulator.
How good are the bees? How many Bruins can you name?
2.
I don't know our goalie.
Marchand.
Who's our goalie?
Lars something.
Lars Ulrich?
I was thinking Metallica, yeah.
Yeah. He's short. I would go up high on Lars.
So, yeah, Brad Marchand and Pafta. That guy.
Pafta. Okay.
I wish I liked hockey because they're having a historic season.
All right, so you're already up to Lars Ulrich. Can you name more members of? Well, you can name more members of Metallica.
I don't think I could.
I can name as many dead members of Metallica as I can name.
Oh, they had deaths?
Yeah, Cliff Burton.
I thought that was Megadeth.
No. Megadeth is Dave Mustaine, who was kicked out of Metallica. But Metallica's tour bus slid on some black ice, and it slid, and it landed right on their bass player's fucking head.
Oh, man. It's ironic that they've lost people and Megadeth is still sustained. No one's died.
Yeah, well, he wrote the first 2 albums, and then they kicked him out of the band. And then they bought him a bus ticket back to San Francisco. That's a bad day. You're kicked out of Metallica, and you're on a bus.
Oof. So he didn't get to keep any of the rights to any of the music?
I didn't read that far into the biography. It was from Behind the Music I saw in 1990 something.
I miss Behind the Music.
Me too.
That was a huge part of our lives in the late 90s, and you can't find that anywhere anymore, I don't think.
Yep. Bon Jovi didn't even take his Grammy.
No. Nope. The 2 things that were like the biggest part of pop culture in the late 90s, early 2000s that is never referenced anymore is, I think, Behind the Music and the E! True Hollywood Story.
I'm going to guess the same producer.
Probably.
30 for 30 kind of follows the Behind the Music, like a made-for-TV documentary.
It depends on which one they're doing. When it's just about, hey, here's this guy, yes. I'm kind of bummed.
No, but I mean the format. When I watch a 30 for 30, sometimes in the middle of the documentary, it will just go back in the story 5 minutes, which is very clear that it was made for television.
Yeah.
Because it would be an insane way. That would be like if you were being told a story from an Alzheimer's patient.
Well, the Alzheimer's patient doesn't go back 5 minutes. They go back 20 years to when they actually had their last memory.
Great detail about the past often. It's like it's happening.
There you go. Right. Yeah. That's why most of the people who make documentaries have Alzheimer's. Which is probably why we don't have any more new Behind the Music. They're gone.
I don't even know who you would make them about anymore.
There's no musicians.
People even still make music?
I think it's over. It's all just chatbots creating fake songs.
Have you used that artificial intelligence thing yet?
Nope. That's just what I was about to ask you.
Somebody used it had it on their phone and used it in front of me. It was pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. When was our last podcast? It feels like we should have more to talk about than we do.
I think we're doing great.
Yeah? No, I'm not saying this isn't entertaining. Just saying it felt like bigger things.
I'm
not saying this isn't fucking gold, man. It's been a couple of months. I don't know.
Did we get our Super Bowl picks in? Was it pre-Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think I won the Super Bowl bet.
Damn it. What was that bet?
I don't remember.
There's no way to find out.
No. God knows neither of us is going to listen to one of the old ones.
Yeah, we fell out of rhythm.
Yeah.
Yep. It was cold for a while.
And yeah, it's very hard to record indoors when it's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not comfortable.
Paul got a new door.
That's how much. That's how long it's been. Paul's basically built a new house.
Yeah,
You couldn't
yeah.
even find it.
Does that say anything about me that I never knew his address? I only knew his home from his door.
No, I mean that makes sense. It's kind of weird that the door threw you that much. Like I feel like you would still be able to find the building.
Do you think if I were a dog,
Hmm.
I would have found his house, or do you think dogs are like, hey, that's his door?
Dog would have found the house.
But he doesn't know anywhere else either.
Right. He
You know,
goes
so it's
fewer
the only
places.
place. There's several places I could go.
Yeah, like he would find the house again, but there's no way he'd get to the Kowloon.
Yeah, yeah. I've had sandwiches all over town.
Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely get to more places. You'll be getting to more new places once we track down a new car for you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna get that Hyundai Elantra.
I think that's the winner.
I think that might be the winner. But so what's the story? Paul, you ever bought a car off the internet? Would you?
Yeah, I think people do. People do that now.
Would you? No.
You can. All we're going to do is
Have
basically
you?
like, see the
Have
one.
you bought a car off of the internet?
A couple, yes.
Why'd you have to think about it if it was a couple?
Because when I think about the process of buying off the internet, that can mean different things.
Oh.
So, like if you buy a Tesla, you have to buy off the internet essentially. I mean, you can kind of go to the dealership, but you don't really need to. You just go to their website and you place the order, and then you pick it up there.
So should I be in any way concerned? I suppose my question is that I'm not getting a test drive.
Well, you can go and get a test drive.
How? If it's in like one of them's in Laconia, New Hampshire. How am I gonna? I'm not gonna drive to Laconia to test drive a car.
You don't have to, but I mean, you could go to a local Hyundai dealership and test drive an Elantra just to have driven one. Because a new Elantra here is the same as the new Elantra in Laconia.
That's a good point,
You know,
Mike.
Yeah. So it's the
yeah.
same car. You just need to go and drive it, and if you like
Make
it,
sure
then
the
you go, all right,
seat
this is
has
my
an
car.
adjustment. You can adjust the seat.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely an option that you want.
I bought a car. I bought a car once, and it was the exact. It was actually a bigger one than the Elantra, whatever that one's called. And
The Sonata.
And I never had to adjust the seat. I guess whoever had driven it before was just my size, which isn't that far-fetched. But just never had to move the seat for years. And then Shane Moss borrowed my car one time, and he's like, how do you move the chair? I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I couldn't figure it out. So he's like, so you just like go to get cars and like look for one to fit?
Yeah. So it turns out a test drive is really more important for you than most.
For me, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, your chest could be pressed right up against the seat.
No good.
Right against the wheel.
Yep.
But yeah, to me, that's how I would do it if I were you.
But I didn't even think about that. It's a new car you're having me look at anyway, so it's not like
yeah.
And people might put too much stock in test drives anyway.
They usually do.
Because you're really, when you buy a car, you're buying what this car is going to be like in 4 years.
Right.
Not.
Yeah. I mean, the purpose of the test drive is usually just to feel. It's more if you're like a serious driver and you're like, oh, I want to check out the handling. I want to make sure it's got this kind of acceleration. But that doesn't seem like something super important to you.
I'm not even a serious person.
No. You just want a car that'll get you from gig to gig.
Get me to my clown shows.
I got you. But it might be worth checking out for you because you do Uber.
Okay.
So you just want to kind of make sure the back seat's comfortable, I guess.
Fuck them.
Oh, great point. Yeah.
I'm giving you a ride, fuckface.
Counts for point. Well, but you're not doing them a favor. They're paying you.
Huh?
Like it's not a buddy you're giving a ride to the airport. They're paying you money.
Had we still been doing the podcast when that lady took my door off?
No.
With the bus? When the bus hit my car?
Mm-mm.
How does Paul know?
I know about it, but yeah.
You don't know?
There's a chance you told me about it and it didn't stick.
Oh, yeah. So I was giving one Uber ride. I just wanted to go get a cup of coffee and then go home.
Yeah.
And then just two drunk girls get in my car and, they're just chatting about how hammered they were the night before. One of them doesn't even look. She just flings the door open and a city bus rips the door.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, yeah. I made negative $992. Didn't even tip me.
They didn't?
No.
What is the process when you're driving for a rideshare company? Like, are they insuring you if something like that happens? Do they cover your
Well, the
loss?
first thing
or-
most drivers would have to do is learn the language. And then nothing. They do nothing.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
You
No,
you assume a lot of risk when you drive for them.
I think it might not be a good job. Starting to think.
To me, like it would make more sense for most people who would drive Uber. Like I would rather, instead of just driving around town, just be like, look, I'm going to drive people back and forth to the airport. I'm going to go and get you. I'm going to drop you off at the airport. And that's the one trip I'm doing. And I'm going to charge you a lot for it.
You
and
can
be done with it.
technically do that. You can just
Yeah.
accept airport ride. You just wait around. You can deny every ride you ever wanted. Just wait for someone to be going to the airport.
There you go. I feel like if I did it, that's how I would do it.
But the airport sucks. You have to pay tolls each way, and it's
but you make more money.
And a nightmarish amount of traffic.
But when I have done Uber, like it's cost more to go to the airport because of the tolls and the pike and everything, and the
but then you're also paying.
finance.
You're also paying the toll out.
But isn't that covered as a part of your Uber fee?
Not the toll out.
Mm.
So unless you want to go to East Boston for the day, maybe you can go to Santarpio's.
Ugh, no, don't get me started on that place again.
Oh, really? Again? Have we talked about that?
Yeah, we talked about Santarpio's once, I think.
So you remember talking about Santarpio's, but you don't remember me being in a car accident?
Well, pizza was more important to me than your car
It's
safety.
more important.
You know, it's not like I was ever going to have your car.
Yeah, oh, not now. Needs a catalytic converter.
No, Santarpio's is this like personal pain point for me because it was one of those places that people recommended to me for a long time. And then I finally was in East Boston for a gig and I was like, okay, I'm going to get Santarpio's because getting to East Boston is a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not going to go there just for the pizza. So I was there for a gig and I was like, all right, I'm going to stop in at this place. I'm going to get it. And it was completely mediocre pizza. I'm sorry,
I think most
Santarpio's.
pizzas. I just did a pizza tour of the North End, and I think most pizza just tastes like most pizza.
Yeah? Nothing stood out for you?
No. You know what I would give is an omelet tour.
That's a good idea.
A tour of the various omelets of Boston.
Yeah. You could
By
do a
the
national one. You go
By
to
the
Denver.
third omelet, people would be a little sick of it.
Maybe a little. I would set up a whole national tour with it.
Yeah.
You go to Denver for the Denver omelet. You go to Texas. You get like a whole barbecue thing going.
So it'd be like over a few days, over the course of a few days.
Exactly.
I like
yeah. It's a whole tour.
I think
We
need
can
another hiatus.
we can put our Phoenix Suns winnings into starting this business.
No, yeah. So I can collect that money, but I'd rather make 3 different bets. Let's make 3 $50 bets.
This is why your bookie is rich, because you never take your winnings. This is why he's got so much stuff in his house for us.
Yeah, well, I don't want to pay a capital gains tax every time I win.
That would be the worst.
It'd be the worst.
I think you've been really smart in avoiding the capital gains tax.
Yeah, gains of any kind.
Yeah.
I lose $1,000 in Uber ride.
Did you do your taxes yet?
No, I always do a delay on my taxes. I do it like the next year.
Why?
I don't know. I'm told to do that, and I just do it.
Okay.
I don't make my own decision.
No, your brother handles your taxes, you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As a result, I believe I am the only comedian on earth declaring Venmo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you got to be careful, man.
Yep. Can't be careful enough.
Nope. You don't want them tracking down your Venmo. But then you can just say, no, look at the gift. That was just for beer.
When have you last done skit?
Fall.
Okay. Yeah. I saw you did Patterson's show when he was here.
Yes, that is the last
yeah.
show I did. You're
And you
absolutely
were
right.
very
Yep.
funny on that, as I recall.
Thank you, Dan. I was amusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to tell you, man, not missing it.
You're too far away. You might as well live in
Yeah.
Albany.
I guess.
It'd be better to live in Albany. They have 2 comedy clubs there.
They do?
Yeah.
All right, I'm moving. I'll move. I did a week in Albany once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was a long week.
I was just coming back from near Syracuse. I was going to go to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Decided against
Well worth
it,
your time.
which should be there on their plaque. But I, on the way back, me and Michael Bryan, who you might know, we're just driving on 91 right before we get to 90. We see 2 golden retrievers just on the highway.
Whoa.
So we pull to the side of the road. We're like trying to get them off. They're fucking idiots. They're like playing on the highway.
Yeah.
So we drag them back.
Yeah.
One of them runs away from us and runs into the woods. We couldn't catch him. And then the other one, we called the number on it, couldn't get the person. We drove around Canaan, New York for like 2 hours looking for the owner. We finally find the owner.
Nice of you.
Rich as shit. They're the owners to like, they gave us a bunch of maple syrup.
Well, that was thoughtful.
Yeah. I mean, the worst thing you could give me, but I regifted.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Imagine what they would have given you if you brought back both dogs.
It turns out we basically brought the dog. He lived on like the other side of the hill.
Okay.
But I informed him, your dog goes and plays on the highway.
How did the dog even get to the highway?
You just walk down the hill.
I mean, like, I'm trying to figure out what would tempt the dog into the highway. It's just like dogs attracted by the smells and they're going through the woods. Like, I get it. If you find
We
a
were
dog in
literally
the
trying to
woods.
get them off the road, and they're like, they're like playing with each other and shit. You're going to die, you idiot.
I've had that conversation with a few comedians. But we called it an intervention.
Yeah. Was I one of them?
Yeah. No. Yours didn't work.
No. My crazy came a long time. You were kind of not around as much.
No, you were you'd gotten your head on straight by the time I was around you a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It certainly wasn't for a while there.
No.
I feel like comedians, perhaps I'm just old and old fuddy-duddy, but it doesn't seem like it's as wild a crew as it used to be.
Well, it feels like it's not quite as wild in the drinking way and the weed way, but it feels like it's a little wilder in terms of the cocaine and the criminal act.
The criminal act?
Yeah. Well, like, just in terms of like, hey, there's like a catfishing scandal that's written up in the paper and being investigated by the police. Like, that didn't happen so much back when we were on the Kvetch
You mean
board.
the general mental health?
Yeah.
Is not.
Like, there was more before, but now
But
what happens
do you think
is
some
deeper.
of the bad mental health was being masked with alcohol?
Potentially.
Yeah.
So it feels like these young comics need to drink more.
I'd say.
I kind of wonder if it really is a byproduct of when I was doing comedy for the most part, cocaine was not a thing people were doing. Like, that had been an 80s and 90s drug, and all the comics had gotten so fucked up by it that it was very much, avoid cocaine. And then there was such a long stretch where people hadn't gotten fucked up by cocaine that people said, hey, have you tried cocaine?
Mm-hmm.
And that came back in. And
like bell bottoms.
Yeah. But the problem with cocaine is with the weed and the booze, like, a lot of it is you get tired and lethargic enough that you don't do a lot of damage to others.
Yes.
Like with cocaine, you're going to make terrible decisions and you've got the energy to follow through on those decisions.
Mm-hmm. I never have done cocaine, or have I ever seen it?
Nor I.
Yeah. No, it seems somewhat impossible.
It does, doesn't it? I've never seen it, never done it, never seen it in person. I'm the same as you. But I definitely know people as they have been on the cocaine and as they're going to use the cocaine. And once they come back from the cocaine, I have been a part of all those things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, evidently have been a part, but I just thought everybody was happy to see me.
I'm not saying they weren't.
God, this guy loves talking to me.
He has so many plans.
Not letting me say that much. This is how I talk to people usually.
Can you imagine how much you'd interrupt people if you were on cocaine?
A lot. I would be interrupting myself with other things.
You'd be telling this story about
Hold
the
on, but first
Balkans.
this.
Yeah. And then jump in to talk about the introduction of the electric lamp.
So we got to look at some odds of things. Or do we need
right.
the playoffs to begin?
Well, I mean, the playoffs are finally, thank God, we're, what, 2 weeks away?
I think so, yeah. The NBA season is long.
I got to be honest. We were texting the other day, and I'm shocked by how little I've enjoyed the regular season this year.
I've liked it. I had definitely since the All-Star break have not watched. I'm getting back into it, but I had like a stretch where I didn't watch as much.
Yeah, I don't know if it's post All-Star break. I feel like it's been.
But I think that's also the way it's supposed to be.
No, it's not. Then why do you have 82 games that don't matter?
Because teams get healthy over that amount of time. And it's just, they've basically said, like, the NBA season should probably be 65 games.
Yeah, something needs to change.
But as if you did, then tickets would be 200 a pop. Like, you know what I mean? Now get to people.
They're 200 a pop now.
Okay, then some higher denomination. It's not that the number was the point.
The number's not the point of saying the number? If the number wasn't the point, you could have just said then tickets would cost money.
If there were less supply, the demand would grow.
Ah, so the number would be higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like the number matters.
Sorry. I didn't know we were going to have Adam Smith as a guest.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we're renaming this the Laffer Curve, right? We're renaming this the Laffer Curve, right?
The what? Laffer
The
curve?
Laffer Curve? Yeah.
What's that?
It's an economic principle about supply side economics.
But you want to call it the laughter curve?
No, the Laffer Curve.
Oh, it's actually called the Laffer. It's
called the Laffer Curve.
I just thought you meant a curve because it's not a horrible name for a podcast.
What's this one really called? Not. This one?
This one's called Boston Centric.
This one's called Bi-Monthly. And you guys, if you think this one's good, wait until our July podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. Where Dan has nothing to do but talk about baseball.
I'm going to, they started yesterday. I almost went.
Yeah? Why didn't you?
It's freezing. It's like 40 up.
It was chilly.
But you're all excited about these rule changes.
I am. They're fantastic. The pace of play is so much better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
People are saying it on the radio. I have no idea. Mm-hmm. I don't even have. I couldn't watch the Red Sox if I wanted to.
Yeah,
I have YouTube TV.
Oh yeah, but you also live in South Boston. I'm imagining it's got to be on a couple of bar screens.
I can look in my neighbor's window.
You could.
Yeah, I have one neighbor that every time I walk by him, he'd always have the Celtics or the Patriots on, and I'm like, he's probably a cool guy. But he also then the other night he had Tucker Carlson on.
No.
Yeah. I felt bad for still masturbating.
You know what? At least someone got some joy out of that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So you want odds on something? We're going to bet on something?
Well, I suppose we need the playoff seedings to happen. Or do you just want to take win the East, win the West, and we'll put something on the Oscars.
There you go. All right. Do I get to bet on the Oscar winner first?
Yeah.
All right. I'll take everything everywhere all at once, and you get the field. I'll let you have everything else.
But how do you get everything and I get the field?
That's part of the wonder of that movie.
I don't even know what's that about.
It's like this woman who somehow manages to experience life in other like multiverses. So all the possible.
I'm out already.
Yeah.
You had me at woman.
Yeah. You notice I did not recommend that movie to you.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, hey, you know what Dan would love? A woman exploring her life choices. That screams Bulger.
And what does she discover about herself?
I'm not telling you. That's for me to know. The
All
people
right,
who
fine.
care about women.
What about The Shape of Water? What was that about?
It was about shit.
Shit?
That was a terrible movie.
Okay.
It was about a woman falling in love with a sea monster.
Huh. All at
That's
once?
the movie. Yeah. But not everywhere.
How does she?
It was only in one place.
Does she? How does she not drown?
Dude, I'm not telling you about it. Like, I'm annoyed that I watched it once. I'm not talking about it.
Yeah, but I'm never gonna watch it.
I don't know. Somehow, like, the sea monster could also walk around on land. So he was more comfortable in the water, but he could
So
be
he's
on
like
the
Blade.
land. Exactly. Yeah. Or like someone from Florida. They can leave, but they don't want to.
Yeah. Was he symbolic of someone? Like something?
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson.
So it's a movie you could masturbate to.
So yeah, we'll wait for the seedings to begin. And we'll make some gambling bets.
You know, I think we've actually figured out the exact right schedule for this podcast.
Oh,
I
get
think
this.
every 7 weeks is perfect.
Yeah. They allow sports betting in Massachusetts now. So we should actually gamble more on the podcast.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
If we just keep making
Yep.
picks.
Do you have one of the apps? Have you gambled on one of them?
No.
So the two big ones are FanDuel and DraftKings, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I told you I know the guy who started DraftKings, right?
Yeah. Let's see if we can do some kind of stupid show for them.
Yeah, no.
All right. I guess we're not gonna then.
I feel bad because I haven't talked to him in like 2.5 years or something.
We need something to bring up.
I do. So texting him,
Money.
hey, what about a job? You have a job?
I haven't talked to you.
I haven't talked to you in a while. But you got money, right?
You know, I didn't call you when your house burnt down. Your whole family died.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't in the mood to talk then.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Is Paul moving the camera himself, or is it like auto-focusing on you?
Auto.
I haven't looked at myself the whole time.
It's auto.
Oh, okay. You are. Paul is. Yeah. Nice.
Edit traction.
Oh, cool. That is cool.
Ah,
Yeah.
see?
Imagine being chased by a drone. That would be a fucking nightmare.
It'd be a fun opening to your comedy special.
Like bombs are coming at me and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
I always thought it'd be funny to open a comedy special, much like my trip back from Albany. I'm in a limo, and then a limo runs over a dog. And then I just get out and I kick the dog, and then I walk into a theater.
Yeah. I can't believe you haven't done one yet. I can't believe you haven't done one yet. You've got the opening. You got the material.
All I have is the opening.
Have you looked into doing a special?
Yeah. What's in my face? Doug Key was saying I could record a longer one at the Rogue Island Festival or whatever. I'd do like a half or 40 at the end of some show, and they could fill
nice.
it. But then I
There you go.
haven't talked to him since. And then BCF, I think I could do a similar thing, but probably like make another. But I also I'd have to then write a new act, which I don't think I don't even understand how I got the jokes I have.
Why would you need a new act?
For the millions of people that would see my special.
Well, yeah, but you're putting out the stuff that's already tried and true as a special for the first time.
Yeah.
Because these jokes haven't appeared.
No,
as
but
special.
then conceivably, you know, you don't want to be the guy that like does a special and then you show up and then you're like, hey, this guy just says the same jokes.
I understand. Yeah,
I can't let
If you did
people
a
know that
special-
I just say the same words every time.
So you're saying you would do the old jokes on the special, but then you would be put in the awful situation of having to write new
You
jokes.
write new jokes.
I understand.
And
But you write constantly. Like half of our text thread is you going, hey, has anyone done this?
Yeah, but
those,
it's always it's shit.
Oh, you keep telling us that they kill.
Huh?
Anytime we're like, I don't love that. You're like, I just want to let you guys know that joke you didn't like crushed. Which
Yeah,
you
yeah.
say even if we originally liked the joke.
Yeah, that was a lie.
There wasn't even a dog on that highway, was there?
That was true. I did see 2 dogs.
Yeah. Just not on a highway.
No.
No, they were in a house. You just pet them. And you're like, this isn't the story.
I took a dog from here
a
too in
highway?
Southie once. I saw a dog on like its front stairs. As it turns out, it was its front stairs. And it was like, I thought it was lost and I just took it home. But it was like basically lived across the street from me.
Oh, good. Oh, so really you just hung out with the dog from across the street for a little while.
Yeah, Otis.
Oh, that's a good dog name.
Great dog name.
Yeah. So do you feel like we should talk sports at all? Do you have any thoughts about
I
this?
thought we have.
No, I mean, I'm just saying like Boston-centric, Boston-specific. Do you have like Celtics thoughts?
Well, I liked the Celtics game last night.
Yeah, that was good. How that game follows the Washington game is beyond me.
Well, they were on a back-to-back, and we just didn't miss.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just don't miss, and it's like Tatum went 7 of 8 from 3. I think we would beat anybody.
You would hope.
Yeah.
Do we have some middle ground between beating the best team in basketball by 42 and then losing to one of the worst by 20?
We've won like 6 of 7 games.
We won. I don't know if it's 6 out of 7. I mean,
it's certainly 4 out of 5.
The Celtics losses are just bad losses. We lose to Washington, we lose to Houston, we lose to Utah.
Okay, but sure, for a team that we haven't had Marcus Smart for a lot of the season, we have Tyler for practically any of it, and we're still the number 2 seed. Like, that's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so
that is the bright side version of this.
Yeah. The Kings just made the playoffs for the first time in like 30 years.
I'm happy for them. I like the Kings.
I would put a bet on them losing in the first round.
It's possible, but De'Aaron Fox is definitely one of my favorite West Coast guys to watch.
Sure. But I think when it's the Knicks too, when they play everybody in a series, people are going to catch wind that everybody's left-handed.
Yeah, they might adjust.
I think that might be a real thing.
You think?
If you play teams multiple games in a row, you adjust to that. I've only been in one fight in my life, and I won because I'm left-handed.
Who'd you beat?
Huh? Little old woman.
You beat? Good. Who was stupid enough to be right-handed?
Didn't know I was going left.
Yeah, you'd think after World War I, she would have expected that.
Oh, kicked her right in the face.
With your left foot?
My left foot.
That's perfect. Oh, it sounds like my child's home.
Yeah.
My dog is excited. Do you hear that in the background?
I said, hey, little old lady, what's your favorite Daniel Day-Lewis movie?
And she said The Age of Innocence. And you're like, that gets a pounding.
Damn it. And then I went to another old woman who said it was my left foot.
Oh, how did I not see that? I've been out of the comedy game too long, man.
What do you mean?
I didn't even pick up that you said Daniel Day-Lewis because of my left foot.
Oh, okay. And what did you say? Age of Innocence? I thought you were making a joke.
I was making a different joke.
Oh, all right.
Just about how much you enjoyed the period drama, The Age of Innocence.
I've been out of the conversation game too long.
This is why I'll never come back, Dan.
Oh, you'll be back.
I'll never be back. I don't think so. I expected to miss it a little bit by now, and I do not. I had a nightmare about doing comedy the other night.
What do you think that nightmare was telling you?
I don't want to
do comedy.
Yeah. It was genuinely like a day or two after someone was like, no, you need to get back out there. You need to do it again. And I had a nightmare about being in a comedy club.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's not subtle.
No, that's not subtle. What happened in it?
I genuinely, I was just at like a like one nighter, just at an open mic, and I was waiting to go on, and the whole time I'm like, why the fuck am I here? And just hating myself for being present in the room.
Were there other comedians in the dream?
None that I remember by name. I mean, there
Okay.
were other people in the room, but it's not like, oh yeah, James was there, and that made it so much worse. Like I don't remember any of the people.
All right.
Yeah, they were all just faceless comics.
Well, that is when comedy kind of starts to suck, is when you don't know other comics on the gig.
Yeah, which was happening more and more.
Yeah. I just did one up in
Yeah.
like Montpelier, and it went okay. But I remember thinking to myself, like, if this goes bad, I'm gonna have a long, thoughtful ride home.
Hey, stupid bit of trivia that I've remembered for the last 40 years. Montpelier is the only state capital without a McDonald's,
That is good.
right?
Yeah.
I wish I'd known you were doing that gig. You could have shared that, and that would have been amazing.
It's a
could've
quaint
gotten-
little town.
Yeah, you could have gotten 15 minutes out of that.
Because even Austin has one, but they don't let them like put the sign up.
Yeah, they're all unionized.
Mm-hmm.
Montpelier is a cute town.
I've been there. It was like outside of it. It was a tech school, Vermont Tech.
Oh, okay.
I said, "Thank you, children, for bringing electricity to Vermont."
That's a good opener.
Nobody laughed.
Oh no.
Then I said the same words I say every time.
Like, this is why I can't do a special.
Nobody record.
If any of you are in the AV program, don't do it.
What are we at? 2 hours?
Yeah, this feels like 2 hours. Think it's time to wrap?
I mean, how are the bees looking?
I don't know. The 1.5 players I know the name of, they look good.
All right, well, we got that settled.
Yeah,
And
Brad Marchand and Pasta look pretty good.
I feel good about the Celtics.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think the Patriots should get Lamar Jackson?
I do think the Patriots should get Lamar
I want
Jackson.
them to get Lamar Jackson a lot.
Yeah. I don't think there's any greater evidence of collusion than the fact that every team is avoiding a 25-year-old former MVP like the plague.
What do you mean?
Like, as soon as they announced that he was going to be a restricted free agent and teams could try to make a deal with him, like 7 different teams said, we're not making any kind of offer. We're not interested. Even teams like Atlanta and Carolina that need quarterbacks.
Why are they colluding against him?
Because they want to suppress salaries for quarterbacks. Everyone is
I
pissed
just
off
don't
at
think
the
he's
Deshaun Watson deal.
I just don't think he's as good as a lot of other quarterbacks, but he's way better than what we have.
Lamar's better than most quarterbacks.
But I think he's like closer to like 8 to 10 range than he is top 3.
I don't know, man.
But in a given week, he can be. But he's just,
I mean,
he's I'd rather have Kansas City guy, Cincinnati boy,
Patrick Mahomes,
Buffalo,
Joe Burrow, Josh Allen.
probably the San Diego guy.
No, Herbert. He hasn't won anything.
Yeah, but this guy doesn't throw the ball. He just runs.
He does throw the ball.
He's gonna get old fast.
All you need is if you get 7 years out of this guy, that's plenty. 5 to 7. How many years do you think you're getting out of Josh Allen? He's their top running back.
If we get 2, I would take him.
Yeah,
I would take him
Allen
if we got
runs,
2 because I think Mac Jones is going to give you no years.
Josh Allen runs as much as Lamar and takes worse hits than Lamar. I would rather have Lamar.
Yeah, no. I say we're in agreement. We get him.
We are in agreement. Yep.
Do we have to give up a guy? We got to give up people.
So basically, Lamar is a restricted free agent. That means that any offer that anybody makes to him, the Ravens can match it and just keep him, or if they choose not to match it, you have to give the Ravens 2 first-round picks.
they choose not to match it.
Yeah.
I understand the sentence. Yeah, we'll do that
There you
one.
go.
I say
Yep.
we give up all our picks because Belichick's going to be old. And then when Belichick leaves, we could just suck for a couple years.
You would think. I mean, if ever there was a win now situation, it feels like it's the Patriots. You've got a 70-year-old coach and an 82-year-old owner.
Yeah.
I
don't even like having. That's a
plan.
big part of it. Like these old presidents, like they don't care. They're going to be dead in a year.
No.
We need somebody that might care about the future.
That would be good. That would be a nice change.
Yeah. That would be a good press conference question. Like, is it any concern you don't care about global warming because you're so fucking old?
Do you think you're actually going to get to the end of Succession
before you succeed unto death?
Perfect. That's the most political I think we've ever gotten on the pod. Yeah.
I can tell you're having a good time. You're in full Mary Catherine Gallagher.
Oh, yeah? with my hands right here?
Your hands.
Perfect. I haven't smelled them yet, though.
Smelled them. That was a good one.
Yeah.
She's had a little resurgence, right? Molly Shannon.
Yeah, she's talented.
She disappeared for a while, though.
She was always working, but she wasn't doing big projects.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she would pop up here and there, where suddenly she's like the sixth lead in Ricky Bobby Talladega Nights.
Oh, I didn't know she was in that.
She was in that, yep.
All right, well, apologies.
Yeah, call her. Let her know you apologize. Don't apologize to me, my friend. Call her.
I will.
And offer your apologies. All right. Do you have anything to plug this week? Anything for people to find?
I'm in Wakefield in 1 hour.
Hey, very good. Where in Wakefield?
That's still up in the air. One time I did a show in Portland. It was like a local cable news show. And they're like, where are you appearing? I'm like across the street now. It was like imminently. Everybody would have to run out of their house.
You are a PR master. So is this a private show in Wakefield, or can people buy tickets to this?
It's for important cause.
Oh, okay.
Bill Ricca volleyball.
In Wakefield.
And
that's how much Bill Ricca needs the assistance. There's no decent place to do comedy. To support Bill Ricca, you have to go to Wakefield and hear jokes.
Yeah. Trump fundraiser.
Yeah. He could use some money right now.
He got indicted.
He did.
And that's bad for him.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know the law that well.
Generally speaking, getting indicted is not good.
Yeah. But then there's other things he can get in trouble for too, right?
Oh, yeah. There's multiple things he could get indicted for, and apparently is likely to. This is happening.
If he gets pleads guilty, can he not run for president?
Sort of a gray area.
Oh, yeah?
I think he can still run for president, but it depends. Like, if he pleads guilty to a misdemeanor, then I think he can still run for president. Felony, I'm not sure. I believe he can still run. Eugene B. Debs ran for president from prison.
Oh, really?
So I think you can still get elected. Yeah. You can't get elected if you've been convicted of, if you've been impeached and were convicted. You can't run again.
That's an old sounding name, Eugene B. Debs. Like Debbie.
Famous
Cross
socialist.
of Gold guy. Wasn't he Cross of Gold guy?
The song Cross of Gold?
No, he was like, will not be crucified on a cross of gold.
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were the smart one. Nope.
Hey, I knew that he ran for president from prison.
Maybe, if he did in fact say that.
There's a chance you were the
chance I'm smarter. Or wicked wrong. Wow.
You're the one with the history degree, man.
Yeah, but I mean, I've lost most of that information. That's all gone.
Makes you wonder why you even got that degree.
I got one joke out of it, basically, and
the Magna Carta joke.
Magna Carta joke.
Yeah.
that me?
Yeah, that's you. You're gonna joke with the Magna Carta in it.
I don't think so.
You sure?
No. I don't know. Do I have
Maybe-
a joke with the Magna Carta in it?
It's like you got a joke where you're saying like, and I remember that because the Magna Carta was signed in this
Yes,
year.
I
And
do.
thank you.
Yep, I do. I do reference the Magna Carta every night. In fact,
How did you not remember that?
because I don't call it the Magna Carta joke.
But I mean, the Magna Carta is a very specific phrase. Just the fact that it's mentioned in there,
Yes.
you'd think
No,
would
I
ring a
should
bell.
have recognized it right away.
Yeah,
I did not.
yeah. All right. But see how devoted I am to your act?
But I also can't think of what joke that's even in.
No, me neither.
It's about peanuts.
You mean like Charlie Brown?
No, I eat a lot of peanuts.
Oh, okay.
I
thought that-
couldn't. I
I
said it
thought
the
maybe
other
that
night
was
that
something Charles
jokes
Schultz
are a
did a
lot
lot.
like phone numbers, where if you don't say the whole thing
Mm.
at once, you kind of lose it. And this is an instance of that.
All right. Well, it's been great. If you want to see Dan, he's in Wakefield tonight,
In 15 minutes.
probably in 15 minutes. You got to get to Wakefield in 15 minutes?
No.
Your car doesn't even have a door. How are you going to get there?
Didn't even have a catalytic converter anymore.
Yeah, you got to fix that Cadillac converter.
No, I'm going to get your new car.
Yep, we're going to get
Drive
the
it
launcher.
over anytime.
Perfect. All right, we're going to take care of that. All right, so check us back here in another 2 months, and we're going to have more stuff to talk about, probably. I'm Mike. That's Dan. Thanks, Paul. This has been another exciting episode of Boston Centric. Bye, everybody.